Most traders react to candles after the move already happens, but before market open, I already want a narrative built, especially at all-time highs. I want to know where liquidity sits, what arrays are in play, and whether price is engineering continuation or reversal. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how I build directional bias using ICT concepts, starting from the weekly all the way down into the execution on the 1 minute. I'm going to show you how I determine directional bias, how I use previous day high, previous day low, all-time highs, as well as liquidity, how I read fair value gaps and displacement, and how I align every time frame together so I'm not just taking random trades intraday. Because once you stopped reacting emotionally to candles and start understanding the narrative behind price delivery, trading becomes a lot more focused and a lot more patient. So instantly, let's get right into it. So when I come into today, obviously the first thing I'm going to do is simply just mark out the previous day high and the previous day low. That's what I do every single morning. Why am I doing that? Simply put, on this trading day, am I expecting price action to take out previous day high and previous day low? And how am I going to determine that? I'm going to determine that based on the arrays that we have here, as well as if it aligns with our higher time frame bias. So before this week even starts, on Sunday, I did a weekly analysis of what I expect price action to do and why. I build that off of new week opening gaps, where we opened, fair value gaps, where relative highs are, and overall market conditions. So from here, I want to build a narrative off of that. So is it going to be in coordination with the weekly bias, or is it going to be against? So overall, coming into today, we're at all-time highs. Weekly is overall bullish. Obviously, today I'm going to expect bullish price action. So now what am I going to do? I'm going to hop down onto the 4-hour. Now, on the 4-hour, I'm paying attention to three simple things. I'm paying attention to inside candles. Inside candles are candles that are inside the previous candle's range. And we can see overall what I'm looking for is this inside candle and then a strong displacement away from it. Overall, what I get from that is that we may be in a bullish scenario. When we have this inside candle, note how we don't really have a strong displacement below the low. We just tap into it. So what am I expecting when we have the inside candle? A strong rally away. And when we do have that strong 3-candle close above, we can see a continuation higher. Overall, from this 4-hour, it gives me a very rough idea. It's not very concrete. It's more of, think of like an SMT. It's going to support. You shouldn't build an analysis off of this. Then I'm going to use fair value gaps. What are fair value gaps? 3-candle formation, simply the gap in the middle. But how do you make these fair value gaps extremely high probability? It's whenever they overlap with order blocks. Order blocks are these bearish candles. If we're in a bullish order flow, it's bearish candles that take out a certain swing low, and then we have a close above it. This becomes the order block. So fair value gaps that overlap with an order block as well as a swing high are extremely high probability and will be traded back into. So coming into today's trading, do I see any 4-hour arrays that I should be paying attention to? We do have this inside candle and a strong rally high above this swing high. So obviously I'm going to be paying attention to that. That builds onto my bullish bias based off of my 1-day and weekly. And then liquidity. Where's liquidity residing? Overall, what I do understand is that this entire week we have been engineering sell-side liquidity, that we will trade back into this at a later date. But what does the 1 week and 1 day tell me in overall market conditions and health? Overall, I'm bullish. I want to stay bullish on the 1 week, on the 4-hour, sorry, because we have that inside candle, the 1 day, 1 week, which is our higher time frame biases that we frame our 4-hour and 1 hour off of. 4-hour supports that overall bullish bias, so I'm able to build a narrative. That bias is supported by the narrative that I just instructed you about. And this all goes into my daily prediction before the market even opens. And yeah, once again, I just wanted to pay attention to the sell side liquidity that is being engineered. Once again, this is the previous day high, strong close, rally higher. And this is a new day opening gap, which is a volume balance, which price action can trade back into. Think of it like a fair value gap, but it's the weakest ICT array. So now we hop down onto the 1 hour. I'm paying attention to market structure shifts, liquidity, as well as arrays. So where are our arrays? We have a 1 hour SIBI right here. Then we have a 1 hour BISI right here. 1 hour SIBI tiny, 1 hour BISI balanced price range. So coming into today, the only 1 hour BISI that I'm really paying attention to is this one right here. So once again, we do use a volume balance from here to here. But now what makes this is a 1 hour BISI? How do I create this into a 1 hour fair value gap now? It's from this swing high to this high and now to this low. And we can see how price action uses that perfectly at the 9 a.m. as well as at 10 a.m. to then explode higher to take out this high. Remember, simply put, I'm trying to figure out, are we going to take out the previous day high, previous day low? I say previous day high, so now I'm going to be looking for bullish trades. I understand that we do have sell side liquidity over here at the London lows, but then we're going to build onto that on the 15-minute time frame where we're going to use the sessions and etc. So do we have any fair value gaps or any order blocks? We do have this one right here, this one that's very nice as well, and a very nice order block. We do see the sell side liquidity inside of volume bounce. Once again, these are all highly probable areas where price action can return to, but I'm maintaining that 1 week and 1 day bias of being bullish. This is how I build that narrative, that story. It's based off of the 1 week, 1 day, 4 hour, and 1 hour. And 1 hour, this is overall telling me bullish. We have this 1 hour BISI. Price action is respecting it. Notice how the bodies don't even come down into it. It's just wicks. The wicks are doing the damage, and that's exactly what you want to see. We're just coming back into here, painting over the wall one more time before we do actually explode higher. And then we're also going to be paying attention to, this is all I look for on the 1 hour. I'm paying attention to 1 hour fair value gaps and how it reflects onto the lower time frames. And if we do respect this on the 1 hour, I'm expecting price action to then, I can find an entry inside of that and rally higher. So overall, I'm looking for an entry inside of here or a little bit above it. That's overall my general idea. And then, of course, we want to compare this to ES. So I do this every single morning. I'm comparing this to ES. We're very aligned over here. We do have a large pool of sell-side liquidity that we can come back to at a later time. But notice how this low taps into the 1 hour BISI and how ES. So overall, what can I take away from this? ES is actually stronger. And we can actually see here that once price action at 10 a.m. rallies higher, we actually do take, at 10 a.m., we do take out this swing high. So just from this swing low, I can tell right here that being and taking a long inside of ES would be more profitable. So now we hop down onto the 15-minute. And basically all this is going to tell me is I'm going to do analysis of the sessions. What are the sessions doing? And once again, this is all in coordination to build that daily prediction prior to market open. So 15-minute, I can understand that there's a large pool of sell-side liquidity here. But what does the 4 hour, 1 week, and 1 day tell me? Okay, I want to be bullish. This is just noise to me right now. I understand that this is very highly probable that price action can come down into here. But does the 1 week, does the 1 day, does the 4 hour tell me to do that? No. So overall, I'm staying bullish. We have this 15-minute that overlaps with the 1 hour BISI very, very well. We can see how price action is respecting the consequent encouragement of that almost perfectly. And then price action had this strong rally higher away. This right here is a perfect example of an order block. This is the 15-minute order block high. We have the swing low, price action breaks that, and then a very rapid, strong close higher during the 9:30. That's exactly what you want to see. And then once again, we have this 15-minute BISI. We tap into the consequent 15-minute fair value gap. This is the BISI right here from this low to this high to this low. 15-minute BISI, consequent encouragement. Rally higher, take out that high. Overall, I'm paying attention. What is the session doing? We're accumulating, and then displacement. Now I want to see New York also displace higher. Overall, from this, you can build narratives of what New York may do based off of Asia and London. You could do that here. London manipulates past Asia high. I expect New York to rally higher. And that fully is supported by the 1 week and 1 day and 4 hour. Then does this hit our 1 day target or the daily target? Yes, it does. It does that during the PM session right here. And then 5-minute, I don't really use the 5-minute to be fair, but you could definitely use the 5-minute to formulate trades, to use fair value gaps that are cleaner if you don't really like, if it's too noisy on the 1 minute. And then just on the 1 minute, this is where the execution is. We have the 9:30 fair value gap, and then we just rally higher. And yeah, that's basically how I look into the market. This is how I see the market at this time. Another very important thing is that we go onto New Week Opening App. This is just a separate tab that I have that only has New Week Opening Apps to see where are the New Week Opening Apps. Is there any New Day Opening App, New Week Opening App that I should be paying attention to? No. Then more importantly, I pay attention to opening range gap. If I'm in a bullish scenario, why would I want to see price action rally below to the consequent encouragement of this entire gap, which is about 116 handles? Why would I want to see price action rally away? Overall idea of ICT concepts is the less of a retracement we have, the more of an edge we have in the market, because it tells us that we are actually on side, that we're more bullish than we think. And from this, notice how it's larger than 120 plus handles. Just remember that number and see how much we rally. And then let's pay attention to something similar. Larger than 120 plus handles, rally higher. This one, not larger than 120 plus. Notice what happens. Notice this one right here. How we do rally higher. And then this is a very interesting case. 360, we rally to the constant encouragement, but we still do rally higher. But do we rally as high? Do we rally as far away as we do on a day such as this one? But yeah, anyways, overall, the whole point of this video was to tell you what am I doing at all-time highs and what am I doing when I come into the market. I'm building a narrative through the 4 hour and 1 hour, and then I'm going to execute on the 15-minute and then 1 minute. And it just gives me an edge in the market that I've personally seen, that I already had this idea, and I'm not second guessing myself, that I already have this idea built before the market opened, and that I shouldn't really change that idea just because of something on the 15-minute or 5 minute or 1 minute. It's supported on the 4 hour and 1 hour. And then having that, I won't be as distracted as I am on the 15-minute, 5 minute, and 1 minute, where there's a lot of noise. 1 hour and 4 hour, it's more tranquil, it's more peaceful. So yeah, I really hope you guys found this video informational, informative. You guys learned something technical. I want to be able to do more videos like this. I did not take a trade, but once again, I was overall bullish. I did tape read this right here as soon as this happened, aiming for these relative highs. Why these relative highs? Draw a fib from here to here. This is at the 0.5, and then we see how price action does that perfectly. Takes that out. Large pool of relative highs and buy side liquidity here. And then overall here, once again, you could still be bullish. Use the 130 right here. We have a turtle soup and rally higher. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And I'll see you guys later. See ya.